Hmm. Hello everyone. Hopefully I'm in good frame. I apologize. As of today, it is January 15th, Thursday, 2026. I know I said that all weird and all stuff. Anyways, before I was actually gonna make this video, Opossum Bud actually made a One Piece video about Logan, which that's this whole video about One Piece. So before I made this video, I want to watch his video real quick and maybe see what's what. But oh, if you guys haven't seen it, if you guys have, go ahead and hit him up on stuff. We're not affiliated in any way. I just, he's one of the creators that I actually enjoy on stuff. There's actually sometimes where I don't fully agree with them because, what I'm about to show you guys is where, to each their own. That's the thing. So, One Piece, Opossum Bud, Logan, go ahead and watch that video because I believe, yeah, it's just the TCG community is just, in trouble for a lot of things with a lot of people coming here and go that are not really here for the hobby. And again, I'll explain a little bit more about certain things. Other YouTubers have explained, certain kinds of hobbyists, enthusiasts, and all that stuff. But this is just my take. Trying to come back into it. But one thing is for sure, true fans will have something like this. If you guys could recall something like this. This is a January 2003. This right here, especially this guy right here, that's right here. This is what got me into One Piece. It had just a few, a few books in here, and of course, in the volume and the so on and so forth, they had a little bit more here and there. So this is where I first started with One Piece. And as you can see behind me, it's pretty much my collection. And I'm gonna show you guys and say a little bit here and there where I got these all that stuff. So without further ado, again, if you guys haven't seen the Possum Bud video talking about Logan Paul coming to the One Piece, go ahead and watch it because I think it's completely hilarious. I just hope he actually, responds to my comment that I put in there. So, anyways, so originally, as you can see, we have EB1. We actually have EB2 right here, but going on, we got OP7, OP8, OP9, OP10, OP11, OP12, OP13, and actually OP6 is right here with a little bit right here. And then just off the side, I got OP3 and OP2. And then, of course, I got a few illustration box. I actually have the first three. These, and then I got a few duplicates here and there. And then, of course, I'll show you guys EB3, PRB2. So yeah, and then of course back here it's just I'm keeping I'm just keeping the packs, the wrappers and all this stuff. So, and then of course right here on the seat that I usually sit on right here, it's just spare cards, nothing, just extra cards here and there. Just I gotta put them in binders and all that stuff, so I put them off this side, of course. And then as you can see, each stack has each one foil of each one. So every single one. I'll do another separate video of that, of showing you guys every single one I have. But what I want to get out to you guys is, yes, unfortunately, it is going up. Prices of these are going up. So I'm going to start with EV1. Is that I got 3 binders. This is practically, these 2 bottom ones right here are full. This is only like maybe a third full. And the thing about this, I kick myself every time. I feel really bad. Is that technically I'm supposed to have 3 boxes, but I accidentally threw away literally the very first one I got, and oh boy, let's just say someone was not too happy. No, but I threw away the first one, and honestly, the very first one, this one right here, the very first one. I'm trying to recall. It didn't cost 300, but it was close to 300. I think it was like 280 or 2 something. But it was really close to 300. But then I went to a card convention last year, and then I literally found these two. Um, this one was more expensive than this one. This one I got pretty cheap because it was damaged. Uh, where is it? It was like damaged somewhere around here. But honestly, when I look, I didn't even care because I like to open one piece. And the thing about this is that I got a lot of seal collection still, and it's just I'm itching just to open them. But right now I'm holding on to them just to see where it goes. But this one costs more than this one. However, I noticed I should have maybe pointed out when I bought it from the person, which most of you guys know who they are. Fire Fist Collectibles. Usually they do go to most of the events, car shows, and stuff. Fortunately, I was not, featured in their video, but it's okay. One day, hopefully, I will be. And but anyways, yeah, I actually noticed that this one actually had some damage too, even though it's in this little, plastic colored one cases. Not the hard one. Not like how it is, but this is just one of those plastic ones. But I was still happy to get these two right here because these are very very expensive. I kid you not. You know, very expensive. And then right here, OP7. This one's 500 years. I was lucky enough to buy a whole box, and then so on and so forth. Now I don't have a box for this one is because I mostly bought single packs from one of my favorite card shops, and then so yeah, this is empty. Most majority are these empty because again I just want to keep the box itself. But OP9, this OP9, this one right here EB2, and this one right here OP6, I got at a convention with this actually Japanese card right here. So I was actually pretty lucky enough that I didn't spend too much. And then that's the thing. Okay, I forgot to mention that too. Everything that I bought pretty much right here was before One Piece, just hit skyrocket and all that stuff. It was just all before. So although some of these were expensive because Bandai doesn't print as much, I did obviously had to haggle a little bit here and there, but um I got them, I want to say, for a good price at the time. And honestly, if I would have waited until like how it would be right now, like how everyone is right now, these will be worth like so much. I kid you not, they're just too much. But anyways, and this is the one thing Opossum Bud that talks about and all this stuff. And I don't mind and all that stuff, but as you can see, GameStop. Got this at GameStop, and this is one thing. I got one of these actually. I got quite a few of these actually at one of my GameStops. So like these right here. These three actually right here. I got at GameStop. As you can see, they still have that right there. So see, that's the thing. Yeah, GameStop was selling for 189, but it's 179 for me. The only problem is that these are worth so much right now, and I actually got two of them right here sealed. So, and as you can see, I'll show you guys right now about the scale. And then I got practically two of these right here. I actually got these at a card shop. I got a few double packs. Got another one back there. And I got a sealed one right there. Got these actually at a card shop, one of my other favorite card shops in a different city. And then right here, these three are empty. I got two sealed, one right there. And then of course I got a sealed PRB. Got a few packs, and then of course, like I said, the EB2. So I mean, and then of course OP6 fully sealed. That's actually worth quite a bit. This one's worth quite a bit too. And of course, just some packs that I still have. Oh, I'm so itching to open them like so bad, but I'm gonna hold on to them because even a single pack could be worth so much. But with me, I want to open all my One Piece. That is definitely one thing I want to do. I want to open all my One Piece, And Pokemon, I do want to keep sealed a little bit here and there, and then open them later on in my videos for you guys. Some giveaways here and there. Just like how some of these other YouTubers. So I just want a big fan base. So I could have you know more people to give out and all the stuff. So just need your guys' support and all stuff. So always like any other YouTuber, make sure you be one of my subscribers. Please do subscribe, hit that like button, and go ahead and leave a comment. But anyways, so about my scale, this is the thing. With these 3 boxes and these 2 that I have not opened yet, I weighed every single one because I was thinking people started weighing these, and that's very terrible. You could weigh anything, especially when it has foil. You could tell which one has more and whatnot. But I weighed, I opened one of them without weighing it because I just started off. But with these 2 plus the other 2 right there, I actually weighed, and out of these right here, 3 of these right here were heavy. I mean, heavy. And this one actually right here on the one down the bottom was actually pretty light. And I'll probably show you guys a video like that. But when I did, that's the one thing I got it for $165. That's a good deal right here. But the ones that were heavy, I did open one of them, and then there wasn't really big hits. There was, to me, all hits are big. I know everybody's all looking for that secret one, that special one, and all that stuff. But to me, all of them are special. Because I enjoy it and all stuff. But when I opened it, one of them didn't, came with quite a bit of foils. That's the thing. It wasn't too much a big hit, but it was all, quite a bit of foils within the packs and all that stuff. And then the other one, of course, it was light. Well, actually, the other one was light, but it wasn't much of a hit. So that's what kind of sucks. And that's one thing, I guess that's the one thing too I heard about Bandai, that they're gonna take off the the little plastic seal and all stuff. And yes, you could weigh packs, and that's the thing with one of the boxes, especially some videos I've seen, the blister packs right here. I saw a whole bunch of people making videos like this, weighing them. Fortunately, all the blister packs that I got were weighed the same. However, which was weird, one of them came out to be a pretty good card. I kid you not. I'll show you that later in another video. But I think it's gonna suck that when I don't know if they're gonna give it to the distributors like that, to give to the shops already taken off, or it's gonna have it sealed, and before you buy it they're just gonna cut the seal. Because it's funny, I'll bring that up in another one about Pokemon about one of the card shops I go to. But I'm hoping that one of my card shops that I go to, eventually they have it sealed like this, and I could at least crack the seal. Because again, I'm gonna open all my One Piece eventually, but right now I'm just itching to open one, but I'm just waiting on a little because I want to see where this kind of goes and all stuff. But other than that, it is gonna suck for you guys. I'm sorry, or for us, I should say, for us, But honestly, don't listen to any other people who want to tell you guys to invest in this, invest in that. Because again, yeah, you can make a quick buck if you buy something that is still honestly new, and that they're still printing. Because I kid you not, I still see some of this. I still see OP 11, OP 10. I still see some of that going around. So I think they print the hell out of these right here. And yeah, they're good cards in here, but you just gotta. And of course, OP12. I was at OP12 is not too bad, but everyone is bashing on OP12. But so I still see quite a few of this stuff, so I pick them up whenever I can here and there. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is that if you want to make a quick buck, that's fine and dandy. For those other people who want to buy and all stuff, haggle, especially if they don't own a store themselves. If they don't have a license where they have to pay Uncle Sam a portion of what they're selling and stuff. So if you know, there's actually, and you know, again here in the Central Valley of Fresno, there's actually a car show going on this Saturday and Sunday. I won't be there because I'm gonna be too busy. But if you see some stuff out there, you know, anyone that has a booth, anyone that is not really tied to a business, you know, just has stuff like this, that you know they have access to things like this, you know, haggle with them. You know, don't be paying for what, you know, the market says and all that stuff. You know, just ask for, maybe they could take $10 to $20 off, because honestly, yeah, if you're gonna open it and you're gonna grade cards, again, if, again, I'm not a big fan of grading, but if you're gonna grade it just to make that card valuable and so on and so forth, you know, to each their own. You know, but overall, haggle with people, especially when it comes to the convention. You know, because I actually did with this one here. I did haggle, and again, since he said the box was damaged, which I didn't care because I was gonna open it, and I did. You know, I'll say I opened it. Um, but you know, just haggle with some people here and there, and see if you could get at least the minimum of $10. You know, but as much as, I would say, maybe at least $30 off, because if you are gonna, even if you open it right there in front of them, you know, you're breaking the seal and all that stuff. You're opening all the packs and all that stuff. You know, try to get what you can from it. And unless you're one of those people who are just trying to make a quick buck and all stuff, then you know, to each their own, whatever. But you know, you guys are kind of ruining the hobby and all stuff. You know, I know I do actually. One of these days, I am gonna switch out all these cards right here, all these extra cards. And yes, I don't play the game, just like how Pokemon people. You know, I again, I used to play Pokemon, but my way. One Piece, it just started off not too long ago, but I prefer just to kind of collect, and I want to just sell my cars to maybe get a little bit of store credit or some, you know, cash here and there. Of course, I'm not gonna ask for a lot, because you know, I will probably actually sell my cars, majority of my cars, to people who want to build decks and all that stuff. You know, so at least they're gonna go to a good cause. You know, and honestly, I'll probably actually build a deck itself and then just sell it like that. You know, and I'll actually put, because I actually have, with like stuff like these right here, you know, these are just one of each foil. But anything I have like doubles and triples and stuff, I'll see they go in the binder. But you know, and I do have quite a bit, you know, because like I said, some of these right here were very, you know, good boxes. Like, you know, they're really good boxes. I don't know if they were weighed in the beginning of everything or whatnot, but you know, I remember I actually seen a video of someone opening one of these right here and getting the Rayleigh, that mango Rayleigh right there, which I actually do have. I'll show you guys again in the video. But the other thing too I want to mention about this is that I actually got these at the convention too. These at the time when I got them at the convention, these were $25, and I decided to get them both. You know, I said, like, you know what, I want them. I'll take them. I'll take them, take them, take them. And of course, you know how much they're selling it for? You know, again, to each their own, but they're selling it for like 34, almost $40 a box. So, see, I got volume two. I'm actually missing just volume one. And that's going to be part of my seal collection. I will actually eventually open these, maybe in a video. But I'm just waiting for volume one, and then when they kind of like maybe stop doing these right here, then I'll open them. But most likely I'll open the ones in the back, but we'll see what happens too. But going back to what I was saying about these boxes is that, you know, I got them pretty good at a good price, because when I came back from that convention, I went to one of my card shops and they were selling it for a little bit too much than I wanted. And I just kind of passed on it. So they had quite a bit, but then of course, you know, when I went to visit every now and then, you know, they didn't have much. So people honestly did buy them and all stuff, but it's just like, you know, I do actually get good deals here and there. I'll explain more about these card shops here and there, but you know, if you're good with your car shop, you know, they'll hook you up here and there. And that's one thing I like about my car shops that I go to. But anyways, just wanted to show you guys a little bit about my One Piece collection, because you know, One Piece is becoming big and all that stuff. But for those fake fans, fake people like also like Logan, you know, we had to deal with it. I know it sucks and all that stuff, but hopefully, you know, he gets practically, you know, fully knocked out, you know, again. well, not again, but fully knocked out and not, be such a fake, because honestly, this last fight that he was in was maybe the most legitimate fight. All those other ones that he was in, they're just, so fake and all stuff. So clearly, you know, I'll get into that when I get to that. Anyways, but again, just want to show you guys a little bit. Oh, yeah. And well, yeah, I showed you about the scalpel, yeah. So just want to show you guys a little bit of my One Piece again. So hope you guys like. I will be eventually doing some giveaways soon. And so again, with that, all you guys have to be, make sure you're one of my subscribers. Make sure you hit that like button and do leave a comment, in the comment section. Even if you just leave a thumbs up, because that's actually an entry to what I'll be giving away. And honestly, what I'll be giving away first is this right here. I don't play this Pokemon. I got this at GameStop when I was, buying some Pokemon and stuff. But this will be actually the first giveaway, and I'll start this actually next month. So hopefully I get enough fan base and all that stuff, and then this will be the first one. And I got more to come. I kid you not, I got quite a bit for you guys, just like some of these other people. I got quite a good stuff for you guys. But other than that, see you guys later.